Next up is Stephanie Strong-Corbett. She's a sustainability manager at Cuyahoga Community College. And of course, you know, this is very special for me to have Stephanie back here at E4S because she worked at E4S from 2004 until just last year. So welcome back, Steph.
Good evening, everyone. I'm used to giving the time signals, not having to stay in 5 minutes, so I'm going to talk at warp speed if I can. And if you can't hear me, if I get too high pitched, just flag violently and I'll slow down. I've been at Tri-C for just a year now, and there's a couple of facts that I like to start presentations with, and I'm trying to squeeze so much in because I feel like it's really important to our sustainability story that we connect all of these silo areas in academia and in our operations. Tri-C serves more than 55,000 students in the community. Most of those students are in a credit or non-credit program, but they're part-time. It's a lot of people, and they're spread out all over the county. We have 3 main campuses, 2 corporate colleges, and a number of satellite sites. So I do more driving than I would like to do for my carbon footprint. And out of all of those sites, we actually have a lot of commuters that are contributing to our carbon footprint. We actually have 700 distance learning programs and some really exciting initiatives that are going on that I'm going to dig into here. So I'm just going to, as quickly as I can, talk about sustainability at Tri-C, kind of our culture and what I'm doing on the operations side, give you bare bones information on green building, energy efficiency, and what's going on with our academic initiatives. We, of course, have our own sustainability definition. All institutions on this journey should. And that was really kicked off when Dr. Craig Fulton, who is the former mayor of Lorain, came on board as the head of our business administration and finance. And he started a sustainability steering committee that has all of the usual suspects, the heads of all the major departments in the college. And that committee did a couple of things. They reinvigorated a district-wide kind of universal recycling program. They did a sustainability report, kind of on the ground, what's going on in all these different departments. They hired me, and they hired a consulting firm, URS, to do a sustainability plan. And that sustainability plan kind of hasn't really been released to the community yet. It's still being cooked up, but it has given us some ways to prioritize and focus in 6 main areas, which I will not read through. Again, not rocket science, these 6 areas. Most organizations or institutions doing sustainability kind of follow a very similar track, but the plan is really customized to how is Tri-C, a community college that has, is very spread out and has a big carbon footprint, going to actually tackle these issues. We are investing heavily in green buildings. We're in a growth spurt of our master plan. In recessions, community college enrollment goes up, so we're kind of bursting at the seams and building a number of new buildings, and it's a board-driven policy that for all newly constructed buildings, we do a minimum of LEED silver. One of our architects was just saying the other day that LEED silver is almost not hard enough anymore. Our architectural teams and engineers that are working on all these buildings, they can do green building without being, or LEED silver, without being really innovative and without making the buildings even look different. You can't tell that they're green by looking at the designs. So we want to continue to challenge our architectural teams to weave in unique and innovative programs that will really allow students to learn from the buildings, not just to inhabit them. So these are 6 of our, it's a little bit of an eye chart possibly for you guys, 6 of our new buildings. The Center for Creative Arts is the image on the right that's already built, and I have some great music programs that are taking place in there. The Rock Hall Archives are also in that building. They're going for LEED Gold for that site. And the number I really want to emphasize is that we're spending over $90 million in the community on green buildings. It's a pretty hefty number that we're proud of, and we want to continue to push the envelope and not just settle for LEED Silver, but actually aim a little higher. I won't dive too deep into our energy efficiency. I just want to say that we are state mandated because we're a state school to reduce our energy efficiency by 20%. We actually have already exceeded the state level, and we've reduced our energy 29% for our House Bill 251 requirements through all of the non-sexy energy efficiency types of things, boilers and lights and all that good stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and skip over the recycling, as important as I think it is. I'm sure we'll end up talking about it on the panel. It always comes up. We have 3 main areas that our academic programs fall into. So our traditional credit programs, Workforce Solutions, and Corporate College, and all of those are integrating curriculum. This is a list that's too long to read of all of our for-credit and certificate workforce programs that have really kind of in a heavy-handed way integrated sustainability. But I also want to point out that many of our interdisciplinary faculty on the for-credit side have taken it upon themselves to integrate sustainability literacy, if I can say it correctly, into their courses. And the picture is a professor from our auto tech program who is in an alternative fuel, actually all-energy vehicle made in Talmadge, Ohio from Myers Motors. He has a class that's converting a veggie oil vehicle this semester. They have 10 hybrid or alternative fuel vehicles, including a compressed natural gas fueling station and a compressed natural gas vehicle. And so that's a very traditional automotive tech program that has kind of gone out of their way to layer on the lens of sustainability to their programs. We have a brand new alternative energy and energy efficiency training program. I don't know if Emily Amato is still in the room. If she is, she could raise her hand. I think she had to leave early. What's really exciting is that the students who come out of this program are going to not only have some basic level credentials for OSHA, but they're going to be NABCEP entry level certificate knowledgeable. I know not everybody knows what NABCEP is, but it's a really great way to get students who get them ready for the green jobs, basically. We have a Workforce Solutions Green Advisory Committee, and we need people who will actually hire students from programs like this to join this committee. So we're looking for some businesses that would want to hire students. And our Pathways to Green Jobs program graduated 29 cohorts from the first program and has, I think, 14 currently enrolled. And they have already placed students in green jobs, and they're taking students that are 200% below the poverty line into this program. So it really is a pathways to green jobs and employment, and they get a lot of partnership from the Towards Employment group for other support services for those students. Corporate College has some great programming going on. This stuff is actually online, so I'm going to skip over it. But they do have this great expo coming up, and there's flyers in the back on green building and design out at Corporate College East. And this was my catch-all slide of all the other initiatives that don't fit in one of those 3 academic silos. We have a really great speaker, Larry Gibson, coming to talk about mountaintop removal that the students at our Western campus who are very passionate about energy and coal are bringing in from West Virginia. He's affiliated with the movie Coal Country, so I just wanted to give a plug for that. And also say that we have a great book, 147 Practical Tips for Teaching Sustainability, that we've handed out to all of our faculty at a past colloquium that I brought with me. So E4S will put this online or something for you to catch it all later. Thank you.
Do we have one question for Steph? Steph, do we have one question for Steph out there? Oh.
Hi, Stephanie. Can you say something about a transition from Tri-C's green program to Baldwin-Wallace's sustainability major?
Yes, thank you. That was one of the buried highlights on one of my pages. We have an articulation, which just means that students who come and take some core curriculum classes at Tri-C can articulate into the program that Sabina was talking about at Baldwin-Wallace. So there are classes that BW has already kind of reviewed and accepted that will easily transfer. And I won't go into too much of what those are, but it's, general political science, biology, kind of the classes you would think would be in there. And I hope to be able to enhance that and get professors together and market it more widely.
Thanks, Steph. All right, again, we'll see more of Steph in a few minutes.